Hello to the feeding frenzy. So what's up? Um, I was hoping I would have more time with this video because I was really wanting to make it flashy. I even was finally able to get Adobe. I was just like, oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome. I will edit Adobe fireworks in the background. People will see how much Monster Hunter deserves that spot. But instead, you just get my face. So what's up? How is everybody? Um, I'm pretty good. Nervous as all crap because I feel like we're gonna get Dante, and I really wanted to do like an edgy what if Dante gets in now before if he that would be just kind of funny. Like, bah! But no. Nope, nope, nope. We can't do that. We can't have it Ben's way. We can't have it the Shire's way. So, anyway, this is a continuation of part one. It, uh, if you want to understand part one, if you want to go to part one, I'll try to leave a link in the description. And look, without any further ado, well, let's get into like the command inputs and the actual gimmick of the Monster Hunter. As I said before, he will be a static character. A static character is a character that ha- can has a lot of different playstyles, and you have to alternate between them. Imagine Shulk or Pokemon Trainer. You don't you don't benefit from just one playstyle. So I had more, but I can't find them. And well, nep- my nephew was really kind enough to draw me this. Again, he drew me others. I I can't find them, and until I find them, my, um, but yeah, that's one thing. And so the other thing to focus on is the actual what how the character will move. So let's start with that. That's the most basic, but it might get a little complicated later down the line. So the character at base would be a middle speed character. He would probably be around the same speed as I would say Mario. He wouldn't be like a super fast. The Hunter, they wouldn't be a super fast character, but they wouldn't be slow either. They'd be able to get around the stage pretty nimbly. Well, but this brings up the weapon change mechanic. Yes, for this, I'm gonna have to constantly go back and forth from the weapon change mechanic back into the um back into like what the thing I'm going over at that point in time. So for this, um, oh, I'm dumb. So for this, let's go over his the Hunter their down special. and their up special will be later. Their down special, I had so much trouble choosing one. I chose the Gunlance. For the down special, what they'll switch into the Gunlance and use um the use their actual, like, I want to say Ryland's gunfire, but they'll just use a small explosion shot. Now, here's the thing about the Hunter. Just like Terry Bogard, although they will be able to use a back special. I'll get to that. So, for the Hunter, they'll have the down special, which is a gunshot with their lance. Go with it. It's Monster Hunter. It's weird. But then they will also have, but their movement speed will be slow. The thing with the neutral special is it will give them a secondary move. So for the secondary move with the gun lance, that will be the Wyvern's gunfire. It will be a very slow charging move. The charge is not optional. Sort of like Captain Falcon's the Falcon Punch. And if you land it, it will do a lot of damage. But it will put the gun lance in a state of, well, you can't use its neutral special for a while. Now, let's go over his air mobility. Fairly average. He wouldn't have a excellent jump, but I would say his weight and jump will be, he'll be able to get to half stage if he double jumps. Half stage of Final Destination. That's a fair assessment, right? But with that said, let's go into the Insect Glaive, his up special. When he does the up special in the air, he will launch himself. They will launch himself randomly somewhere in a direction you put. So let's say you do up B and then you hit to the side. They will launch themselves to the side. If they hit a character or a wall, they will bounce off that character or wall. If it's a character, a small bit of knockback will be applied and then applied to that character, and then they can either choose to bounce off with it by hitting B again, or they can actually start hitting A to do attacks on the character. If they hit B, they will go directly in the opposite direction. In this case, they will be able to go hit B one more time for one more hop, which will be half the distance of the original, or they can use their directional air dodge. With the Insect Glaive equipped, their air mobility will be vastly stronger. They'll be able to move around the stage pretty much without uh, without any trouble. With that said, they will still have trouble. They will have trouble on the ground. Their mobility on the ground will be much more reduced. In their neutral B for their insect glaive will be a small, low priority pellet. This pellet will call forth their kinsect, which will which is nested on their arm. The kinsect will attack the opponent for a few a few seconds without any player directional input. And when the kinsect comes back, it will heal it will give a random buff or heal the player for 10 health. If it's a buff, it will last for around 10 to 20 seconds. So, if it's a buff, get that damage out there. If it's a health increase, woohoo. And now it's time to explain the back special. It's going to switch the player back into their regular weapon, the sword and shield. But I can hear you saying, what kind of specials will the sword and shield have? Well, that's the thing. There's several options. The best I have out there is for the actual neutral special itself. It will cause the hunter to do a small shield bash, but that gives them invulnerability flames. It can also be used as a dash attack if the hunter is running. And when used as a dash attack, the distance the hunter goes is much further. But it loses some invulnerability for that extra distance. And then for a back special, the hunter will whistle and the Palico would show up and throw a bomb at the opponent. A low priority bomb that arcs. And then finally, the side special. This was another hard choice, but this one is the bow. And this was what made it so hard. Because I couldn't think of how to make this work. The bow will be one that doesn't have much of a air mobility or ground mobility. When using the bow, you're going to have to play keep away in the best way you possibly can. Be away from the opponent in every way. Your tilts will be weak. Your smashes will be low quality jabbed with the arrow. Your down smash could probably cause a meteor effect. And then the actual hunter themselves, their neutral special would be Dragon Piercer, where they take an arrow, launch it, and it does like, and pierces the opponent. If it's close, it has high knockback. If it's far away, little knockback, and the hunter is left exposed for a bit. If it's side special, then I would say just do a regular bow shot that can be lightly spammed but give little to no knockback. I say little knockback would be okay, but then again the arrows are big and that would cause a lot of people to try and go go into Arrow Hunter and do what they do with Wolf. Spam the living daylights out of that arrow. So what do y'all think? Tell me in the comments below. Uh, I'll try and make a short video in an hour or so. About my predictions of who I really think the character that will be announced tomorrow will be. This is Shayo Kishne taking a bite. Signing out. Later.